back to the Shuffle Squad. I'm here with my pal PJ. We're going to be doing some more tabletop. We're actually switching from Surging Sparks content back to Stellar Crown content as we prepare for the 2024 Latin American Championships, where we're both going to be going to that event. I'm going to be playing Terapagos today, a deck that I top 16 to special event with. PJ's going to be playing Raging Bolts, arguably the most played deck in formats. How do you think the matchup's going to go, PJ?
Well, it's definitely not a favored matchup for Raging Bolt, so I'm going to try out some spicy new cards out of Surging Sparks, which is going to help the matchup a little bit, but I really think that the innovation now with the deck that we saw coming out of places like Louisville and Lille, with the Bravery Charms at a higher count for the deck, is going to help the matchup just a little bit more. I think that it's not as one-sided. I think it's closer to that 50-50 matchup, or maybe even a 40-60, depending on how you draw. So that's what I'm excited to see in this gameplay. So I can't wait to get into it and try to play this long neck as a 60-card deck again.
Yeah, same here. I'm excited to tear your Raging Bolt to shreds. So let's see how the gameplay goes. Remember to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments what kind of gameplay you want to see, if there's any cool plays we made, or any mistakes that PJ and I will make. So let's jump into it. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, so let's see how it goes. PJ and I'm playing Terapagos. PJ is going to play Raging Bolts. And I don't know, I feel pretty confident in this matchup, but I'm worried about the Bravery Charms a little bit.
Yeah, the matchup's not great for me, especially if I can find my charms, but, you know, we got some spicy new Pokemon in here, so it could be fun.
We'll see. I think my Terapagos list is literally no cards from Surging. You want to call it heads or tails?
I'm going to go with heads today. Let's try it out.
So I got tails,
Nice.
and I'm actually going to go second in this matchup.
Ooh, okay. Spicy take here.
Oh, this game might not last long.
Gotcha. I do have a basic Pokemon, so that's pretty good.
Okay, let's go.
Cool. All right, we'll flip it. I'll draw for turn here. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to Earthen Vessel away this grass energy here. Go into the deck, take a look and see what I've got. I'm going to do an energy count quick. Okay, we got our little friend the bird. He's in there. All right, cool. I'm going to get a lightning energy and a grass energy out of the deck. And then I like to shuffle just because, but we're going to put this grass and Earthen Vessel into the discard once we get going here. I will Nest Ball, and I just want to secure a Squawkabilly before I Teal Dance. I have a lot of basic Pokemon in the deck. I'd rather just make sure that I get the Squawkabilly down. We got this nice prize pack stamped Squawkabilly here.
But what world would you not have the Squawkabilly down, PJ, if you used Teal Dance first and you could have got an additional Pokemon? Gotta think about those odds, bro.
Alright, so we'll Teal Dance here. Alright, well, I don't know if I exactly want this Pheasantipity in play, but I feel like I might need it if you get a decent knockout out of here. So you just got the Manaphy in play. I'm going to go ahead and actually thin the deck a little bit more. I'm going to get another... I think I'm going to get another Lightning, and I'm going to get another Grass out of here.
Sure.
Just because we know that we're not necessarily attacking right away, but I want to have a threat on the board. I want to have something, you know. I'll shuffle up the deck here. I will just go ahead and attach for turn to the Teal Mask, and then I'm gonna Squawk and Seize. Usually my signature move at locals is I get up on the chair and I scream caca as I do that, but I'm not going to do that for YouTube here today.
Thankfully.
All right, cool. So we've got a Raging Bolt now. That's pretty good. I don't really want to give you access to any resources, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and pass my turn over to you.
Yep, and that was a good play because I don't have any resources. So I'm going to put Duskull down. I'm going to go boss, bring up your... How many cards do you have in your hand? You played down only the Raging Bolt afterwards.
I have 5 cards left in my hand.
I'm going to bring up your Pheasantipity.
Got it.
And we're struggling here, y'all. I'm a pass.
Mm-hmm. You got it. All right.
Sometimes how Pokemon goes.
That's true. I'll Teal Dance first. I gotta get those ability markers out here so I can draw a card. That's pretty good. You know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'll Ultra Ball away a Radiant Greninja here and a Pokegear, just because I want a little bit more out on the field. And we're gonna put the Koraidon, the brand new Koraidon, out on the field for now.
Yeah, that could be pretty cool to... I mean, I feel that part's actually going to be really tough for this matchup because I have to kind of knock out your... I have weakness.
Right. All right, cool. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'll play a Professor Sada's Vitality here. And I'm just going to go with the Luna commentary in the background, as always. We've got the Raging Bolts and the Koraidon loaded up with Sada, so I can draw 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's pretty good. So we got 1 energy in the discard pile here. I'm going to play a Trekking Shoes because this deck likes to go fast. I'm actually going to discard this Teal Mask and start to draw a card, and that was actually a pretty good card to draw here. Again, really don't know which way I want to go with this thing here, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and just switch cart this Teal Mask here into the active spot. And I think I'm just going to swing for a knockout with Myriad Leaf Shower into your Manaphy.
Okay. Prize card, I'm going to see what we can get. Oh, I mean, this might allow me to do something. I'm going to go Nest Ball here.
Sure.
And Nest Ball is going to get me... Chose a really bad game to prize the Pheasantipity. I think what I have to go for here is Hoot Hoots.
Yep.
To anyone who's watching, I don't play Jet Energy, so this is actually the worst Hoot Hoots. I just can't find any of the Temporal Forces ones. So hopefully I can... I haven't gone to a regionals that has like a vendor this year, so I'm hoping I could just buy them there, because sometimes getting cards like that, it's a little bit rough.
Yeah.
Considering I want... There's like nothing good that I can like acquire from this. So if I do that, I do that. I actually think with you taking 2 early prize cards, you just like win this game. I'm debating like... I mean, whatever. Let's put down Terapagos. Maybe you'll miss something in the middle of the game. I'm gonna try to... How much damage does Koraidon do normally for its first attack? Just 30, right?
Koraidon, it just 30 plus, but the plus is if I have attacked with another ancient Pokemon the prior turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna go Counter Catcher, bring up, because now I'm behind on prize cards, I'm gonna bring up the Koraidon.
Sure.
Because its second attack costs fighting colorless, right?
Exactly. Double fighting and colorless for 110.
So I'm hoping that this double gust is gonna slow you down enough. And I'm going to pass.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and just draw for turn here. And refresh my memory, the Duskull and the active does not have fighting resistance.
It does have
Does.
fighting resistance.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
Yep.
So if I swing at this thing, it does 0 damage with this card. All right, cool. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna play down a Pokestop now, and then use that Pokestop. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Okay, the Prime Catcher is pretty good here. I'm gonna get rid of that, and then I think the next step for me is I'm actually just going to go ahead and get rid of a Pokemon catcher in my hand with as I slip the cards out of my hand here. Slippery.
I gotta hope that you have your fighting energies prized here, bro.
I'm gonna go with just 2 fighting energies.
Yep.
I'll shuffle up the deck here. And then I'm gonna put these to hand. We'll put this into the discard pile. I'm gonna just Prime Catcher up your Terapagos, and we'll put Raging Bolt into the active spot here. I'll attach from hand, and I'm just gonna go ahead and Burst Roar. Honestly, taking
PJ,
off all the energy from the bit.
Bellowing Thunder.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like literally, if that was a regional, just saying, like if that was
Yes.
a regionals, like
Yes.
sure, I'd be kind of sharky to be like, hey, by the way, you did your attack, but you did announce Burst Roar.
Yeah, I did
so
announce
obviously,
Burst
I know
Roar,
what you're doing, but just be careful when it
Right.
comes to your attacks, everybody.
That's
literally,
true.
like,
So don't be like me. Look at your attacks and read first.
I'm
and
gonna
then
concede this game,
speak.
by the way.
Gotcha. So we're just gonna throw it all away here. We're gonna do our stuff, and we're gonna try to set up for game number 2. Hopefully Zach can get a little bit better of a start to see how this matchup is going to go from a better point of view. So Zach, are you gonna choose going first or second for?
No,
second
I'm
game?
gonna go second.
Got it.
I just didn't draw into a supporter, a nest ball, an ultra ball,
Fan Rotom.
a Fan Rotom. Like, I'm not really asking for much. It's for me, it's always wild when Terapagos like fails on the first like turn, but I feel like that's what best of 3's about.
Exactly. You know, I'll play that best of 1 format.
Yeah, I mean, I did win a cup with Terapagos, which was in best of 1, but but that was like my first time like really playing the deck. I think it's one of those things where it's not really a deck that I like in best of 1 too much.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll change my mind on that. Okay.
Cool.
Let's see what we can get here. Please be a playable hand, otherwise this might be our shortest best of 3 we've played.
Ooh, I did get a basic Pokemon, so that's good.
I mean, this one is a hand. Not sure how I feel about it, but it is a hand.
All right, good luck, Zach.
Good luck, PJ.
All right, we got Squawkabilly in the active. The first thing I'm going to do is just play a Trekking Shoes, take a look. Actually don't want this, so we're going to put the Pokegear in the discard pile. Okay, we get a Koraidon. That's pretty good. I will go ahead and bench the Koraidon. I'll attach a fighting energy to it. That doesn't necessarily get me to where I want to be here, but I think I want to just prevent you from taking a single prize knockout on this Koraidon. So
Sure.
I am going to go ahead and put the Bravery Charm on this, so you don't pop a Dusknoir late game and then just blow up my Koraidon, because it is 130 hit points.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
So I'm going to Squawk and Seize away this hand of 3 energies and an energy retrieval to draw 6 new cards. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. This is not so bad. I'm going to play down a Radiant Greninja and conceal cards to draw 2 more. We'll play down a Teal Mask Ogerpon and Teal Dance and draw 1 more card. Okay, I will put a Bravery Charm on the Teal Mask Ogerpon, and then I'm going to play down a Raging Bolt EX onto the bench, and then just pass it on back to you, Zach.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go Nest Ball.
Yep.
And we're gonna go through here. Nest Ball's going to go ahead and get me Van Rotom. You better be up in here. Okay, Van Rotom. I'm gonna use the ability of the Van Rotom.
Yeah.
To grab Hoot Hoot. Hoot Hoot. One of those games where I prize the Pidgeot EX and the Pidgey.
Ooh.
So not particularly what I'm looking for here. I just gotta check one more thing when it comes to prize checking. Yeah, okay.
The other thing that I don't necessarily like about the Koraidon in this is that it does hit the second attack doesn't even knock out your Terapagos because it only hits for 220, so we're 10 short.
That is fair. The thing that I like about Koraidon is after you attack with Koraidon, Koraidon is kind of self like doing that extra damage. So
exactly.
if I knock out your other Pokemon, Koraidon's an auto build up attack.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. How many? You didn't
I have
play
3
any...
cards in hand.
You have 3 cards in hands. If I... That's the sad part about this. Okay, so I'm gonna go Prime Catcher, Prime Catcher. I'm gonna bring up your bolts.
Sure.
I'm gonna send up Van Rotom for the sacrifice. I'm gonna put down Area 0 Underdepths, and I'm gonna go research discarding a Briar, Dusknoir, Noctowl.
You got it.
Buddy Poppin. And if anyone's wondering like why I'm not trying to go for a Terapagos attack here, you can attack with Terapagos on your first turn.
Exactly.
I think with this deck I'm going to go with the double setup. So since I do have Area 0, I do have a Terra Pokemon in play. I am going to go Duskull. I don't need to get a full bench here. Yeah, I'm just going to go Duskull. I am going to go back into my deck with Nest Ball.
Sure.
So I'm just going to get set up with another Terapagos to keep Area 0 in case you don't play a Pokestop or anything else like that. Duskull's going to go down. I got to take my chance that you're not able to go Pokemon Catcher or Prime Catcher and Professor Sada's. Putting myself in a position where I want to go double turbo on Terapagos. And now I'm going to pass my turn to you.
Got it. Okay, cool. So what's nice here is I can kind of thin out the deck a little bit more for things like Nest Ball. And I have a bench that I can move to 8 Pokemon too because I have Teal Mask Ogrepon in play, which is nice. So I think what I'll do here, we'll just shuffle up the deck nice and good. All right, and then I will play a Professor Sada's Vitality.
Oh, I was really hoping you just didn't have it.
We'll go here. My 3-card hand, I had the Sada. So let's we'll put energy up top and energy on the bottom. We'll draw 3 more cards. 1, 2, 3. Those are pretty good cards, Zach. I think what I'm gonna have to do here, we can pop that one. You can swing for 220 on that one. I think just putting the charm over here on this Greninja, again, to prevent that extra knockout, is probably the better way to go. And for me, I'm going to actually use Earthen Vessel with Briar.
I need to hope that you prize your third fighting energy.
And we've got fighting and a grass off that vessel.
I do think, like, if you didn't know what your deck was, like, in terms of your energy count, attaching that extra energy is a little risky, but...
Right.
Because you just want to make sure you're not spreading yourself too thin, because you could play out of your discard pile, but that's fair.
Fastest prize counter in the West here.
Yep, that's exactly what that is.
I'll teal dance here to draw one more card. I'll play a trekking shoe. I'm actually going to take this one. I am going to Pokestop and bump that area 0.
That is really hard for me, so I have to discard 2 of my cards. I mean, Hoot's a pretty easy one to discard. You did play a Professor Sawdust, so I think that I could probably get rid of a Terapagos and put myself back up to 5 here.
Okay. Cool. I'm going to spin the Pokestop. So we got 1, 2, and 3. So the Judge and the Lightning Energy are going to go away. But I am going to use that Pokemon Catcher. And let's hope for a heads here. Oh, it fell off the desk. We'll try again. It is Tails. So you're saved by the Tails. I will go ahead and attach an energy to the active spot.
Yeah.
And then I think, because I swing Bellowing Thunder is going to be for 70, so I'll just get rid of the 1 grass energy off of Teal Mask and take my first prize card.
And I've already played a Prime Catcher, so for me, the biggest pieces are going to be, I need a counter catcher I need to knock out Squawkabilly, basically, this turn.
Yeah.
Let's pick up not really too much else that I can do. So I'm going to start things off by going for, I'm going to use your Pokestop.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. So I'm going to grab Switch, Buddy Poppin', Iono gets discarded.
Yep.
Night Stretcher for a Noctowl that I just previously discarded.
Yep.
Jewel Seeker, because I have a Terapagos in play. That's one of the cards, 2 of the cards that I can get. So I think card... I'm just going to put them face down for right now. Actually, if I get... That puts me at 6. 6 times 180, 180 minus 20, 160. You want to know what? I don't think I need to do that. I think what I actually need to do is just grab an Area 0 Underdepths. And the other card that I want to grab is probably just going to be a Night Stretcher. I'm going to go back into my deck. I'm going to play Buddy Poppin'. Not Buddy Poppin' yet, sorry. I didn't realize I did not play Area 0 down. Bumping your Pokestop. Now,
if you said that at a regionals.
Yeah, if I said that at a regionals. So I'm gonna put this Hoo down, and usually what I do, like, I don't know, maybe if there's any judges that watch our channel, I typically just put like my card upside down if I can't evolve it that turn.
Right.
I mean, I know it's not confused on the bench, but I think it's with, especially with these cards like Noctowl, I don't want to be like, did I play Hoo down in play? Did I do anything else like that? So I mean, I guess
just a visual reminder.
Like, you could just like take like an ability marker, put it on there too, and be like, that one was played down. That's probably easier for every single person involved.
Right.
What I really need to do here though, maybe I think what I did, I probably could have grabbed the Ultra Ball instead. I think I actually needed a double Noctowl thinking about it. So this is a turn that I'm misplaying. Rare Candy, Dusknoir.
Sure.
I was valuing that a little too high, probably. I'm going to play Iono.
Sure. So I'll get Iono to 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then also my stadium is out of here.
Yeah, your stadium is out of there. I am gonna go. I did get the Noctowl, so that part's really nice.
Perfect.
I'm gonna go Noctowl, Jewel Seeker. Card that I need, number 1, is going to be a Counter Catcher. Card that I'm going to need, number 2, is going to be... you did knock out one of my Pokemon last turn, so I think what I'm going to do is grab a Nest Ball.
Sure.
I am going to go back in with Nest Ball here. Nest Ball going to grab a Pheasantipity.
Yep.
And now that I have Area 0, I'm just going to readjust my bench to go for the 4/4, because I think that makes it a lot easier. I don't want to accidentally bench 9.
9 Pokemon will be wild.
9 Pokemon would be wild. We'll put... Sure. We'll keep myself confused. And there, that's with the Nest Ball there. Okay, so let's go ahead and go Pheasantipity, because you did knock out. Let's draw 1, 2, 3. Ultra Ball away, a Feather Ball, and a double Turbo Energy.
Sure.
So I think I'm going to take my shots here while I still can. I did get another rare candy Dusknoir, and I have some opportunities here. So if I do double pop, you do double pop. So I'm gonna go. I think what I want to do here, and what matters the most. You have 3 Bravery Charms. Do you have any in your discard pile at all, or no?
I don't have any in my discard pile.
Okay. I mean, the Pokemon that I'm knocking out. So I'm gonna just play Counter Catcher here on your Squawkabilly. Sure. Because that's the only Pokemon that I'm going to get the knockout in if I decide to... If I screw up Dusknoir somehow.
Yep.
I would hate that. Let's go ahead and go... Because if I draw 4 prize cards here, I just need to draw 2 prize cards next turn. So I'm going to go... If I knock out Raging Bolt has 240. That is that's knockoutable from something else. So what I am going to do here is actually, since Raging Bolt's going to be your main attacker, I mean, either way you're going to be attacking me with Koraidon next turn, because you did attack with Raging Bolt last turn. So that's fully realizable. If I go... I have to still, like, just because of Bravery Charm, I have to be careful, because if you drop another Bravery Charm, like, let's say if I knock out one of your Raging Bolts, you can lock me out of doing Blood Moon plays, and we saw that on stream with Ian and Xander Pro. So the correct Pokemon for me to knock out is Dusknoir, your Teal Mask Ogerpon, and Dusknoir, your Teal Mask Ogerpon, because 210, 260, I'm doing 260. So you take 2 prize cards, I take 2 prize cards.
Got it.
Which puts you at 3.
Yeah.
I do need just another Pokemon on my bench. There's really no harm for me to just put this this Terapagos down. And there's no harm for me to put this Duskull down. Because again, I'm playing just different moments. Having a double turbo on another Pokemon, that's not going to hurt me either, because that does give me a potential attacker. And if you do draw down to prize cards, 5 prize cards on a Blood Moon, that's a knockout on any of your Pokemon. I don't think you're going to knock out a single prize card Pokemon, because then I could just win the game with Dusknoir. Got it. Cool. Glad I spoke that all out loud. Let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is 210. 210 minus 20 equals 190 for the knockout on your squawk ability.
Got it. Cool. So
So
I
that's going to
will
put me down to 2.
promote the Rhydon. I'll go ahead and draw for turn here. And the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna go ahead and Pale Pad.
Yeah.
And Pale Pad's gonna get me. I think I'm just gonna go straight Sada because I think Briar is irrelevant in this matchup, and I don't want to add one more card to my deck that I don't necessarily need for the end of the game. Yes, it could be cool. I could knock out a single prize Pokemon and take 2 prizes, but I feel like this turn I'm probably gonna just take 2 prizes anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary, so we're just gonna shuffle that up here, do our thing.
And while your board has all these energies, I just feel like the Koraidon, like, I don't know. I really like the Koraidon because it's like, if you have, like, nothing, this Koraidon's going to be stable for the rest of the game, whereas something like Slitherbang isn't.
Right. So the first thing I want to do here is I'm going to play a Trekking Shoes, draw a card. I don't need that card. Get the next card here. That's pretty good, too. Huh. I guess I don't want to give you a single prize knockout, so I could go. I think. All seems kind of weird because you've used Counter Catcher and Prime Catchers, and you have access to a Knocked Owl still for a boss's orders.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily want to give you that liability here, so I think I'm gonna go into the deck with a Nest Ball first. I want to check my odds here. Odds are that I prized it.
Fastest prize checker in the West.
Yes, yeah, I didn't prize it. I misplayed there because what I should have done with that Pal Pad is also put back the Judge. But when I went back, I can check my prizes for my deck, but PJ's old eyes can't see in the discard pile here that the Judge was also there with this shiny Briar in the way. So that's okay. We're gonna play around it and just hope that you don't have the boss, which is fine. So we're gonna fail that Nest Ball. I think the correct thing to do for me here is probably just go ahead and get a Grass Energy because I can. And I'm just going to attach to the active, and I can Unrelenting Assault for... It would do 180 damage to you, Zach, but you're weak to fighting, so it's double that damage.
Yep.
So we're taking a 2 prize knockout here.
And I'm going to send up this Pokemon with the double energy, so happy I pre-set that up. Pick up for my turn, and this is, I mean, I still have Area 0 in play, so I'm just going to use Buddy Pop and check through, make sure that everything else is good here. The thing that's really going to kill me here, and I think what ruins this game, is my boss's orders is prized.
Ooh.
I don't think there's a world where I actually can win this game, because you take your prize cards, I can't hit for 240. Because I mean, I'm looking through here. Blood Moon is what would hit 240 on your Raging Bolt, and I was really hoping out of my 4 prize cards that I drew that I'd be good. I can't, like, I do have a an Ultra Ball that could search out the Knocked Owl, so I could search for any 2. Lost Vacuum doesn't help me in any capacity. If I use Dusknoir, which I could go Rare Candy, Night Stretcher, Dusknoir, I lose the game. Nest Ball, Double Turbo, Knocked Owl, like, none of these cards help me. I'm just going to double check to make sure that I didn't... Yeah, it's not there, so it's definitely there. Literally top left prize card. So,
so had you knocked out my Koraidon, which you obviously can, right? Because this thing has got you know, 180 hit points, which as
I
long as you
mean,
have
technically, I don't know if you have the energy, so I'm gonna fail the buddy
Right.
pop in.
Right.
Um,
Do you have one more Pokemon to get you to the 190?
I mean, yeah, I can.
Okay, gotcha.
I think I'm just gonna put this there. This
Sure.
puts me to the 190. I'm gonna shuffle things
Mhm.
up.
Yep.
Let's use Fez. And yeah, I mean, you have one prize card, so it doesn't make sense for me to send up another Pokemon or try to Cruel Arrow or try to do anything else. I'm just trying to make
Right.
sure that we're going through all of our opportunities here. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Unified Beatdown on your active. I don't draw my
Gotcha.
prize cards out of order, so we're gonna draw, unfortunately,
Yep.
the Pidgey. Even though the
Oof.
boss doesn't matter at this point.
Right.
And as long as you have an energy, you can just hit the 280 necessary.
Exactly. And then, I mean, realistically, I
Yeah.
just Professor Sada off the top and then win the game from there. So that's how she goes with the bravery charms, I guess. Koraidon MVP for sure with the bravery charm on it.
Yeah, I mean,
was-
I feel my setup got really weird these games. I mean, I haven't played Terapagos in a minute because I've been focused on other decks for LAIC, and it's just like
Sure.
that was rough. I think the biggest thing that hurt me is I had to prime catcher you early,
Mm,
and then I had to counter catcher you
right.
out of those situations. So literally resource management when it comes to this deck is incredibly tough. But when I have things like boss in the final top left pocket after drawing
Yeah,
4
that was
prize
tough
cards
too.
in one turn,
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a world where I guess there's not a world where I could if I wasted my Dusknoir as a turn later, right? Like
Yeah, I
maybe you
mean,
run out of resources, but it's
exactly. There was definitely some situations. I almost would have tried to disrupt me by taking out the Raging Bolt also, and I understood your thought process, but I'm thinking,
well, with Let's Play up to 4
because
bravery
yeah,
charm, it's quite like I have
yeah,
a vacuum, but then I have to find
yep,
3 pieces.
exactly.
So by you having Raging Bolt up in the active spots,
Yeah,
I was forcing you to not have that Pokemon to attack. I mean, maybe it doesn't necessarily matter, and I could have got there,
yeah,
but like let's say I still needed boss's orders plus
right.
Blood Moon Ursaluna. I only had the one Ultra Ball in my hand, so if you did put a
True.
Bravery Charm, I wouldn't have been able to
Yep.
get all 3 pieces unless I drew one off Bez. When I drew those
Right.
cards off Bez, I don't even think I got it with the cards that I drew off Bez. So
Oof.
either way, I think I was probably like, it just didn't work out, and I think that's something where it's like,
Yeah,
not every single matchup. Typically, I find this is a favored matchup, but
yeah. So do I. But it's sometimes you just don't draw the cards that you need when you need them. And honestly, if you drew out of order for your prize cards, one, the person at the other side of the table would have looked at you funny, and two, maybe you did get your boss and you could have won the game that turn.
yeah, exactly right. Like it's one of those things where it's just not going to work out, and there's no way for me to determine. So sweet.
Yep.
We have some closing thoughts on this game, but if you've tuned in this far, be sure to leave the video a like, comment if you like this game, if there's any other gameplay you want to see. Other than that, yeah, let's get to that outro. So yeah, draws were not exactly where I wanted them to be. PJ with the swift 2-0 advancing on to the next round of Swiss. It's tough because I really wanted like my Lost Vacuum to be kind of a key moment in the games, but reasonably I think PJ really just game 1 ran over me, and then game 2 just all you had to do was take those easy prize cards earlier on, which really just put you in a good spot.
Yeah.
How did the Koraidon feel in the matchup?
Honestly, the Koraidon was very cool. I don't know if I like it more than, say, a Slitherwing. I think that if you're trying to play for LAIC, where Surging Sparks isn't necessarily legal, which we won't have until Sacramento Regionals for us here in North America, but just swapping that card out, I think could have been fine, absolutely fine. And honestly, the deck ran like butter. I really relied on those bravery charms to get me through that second game. They drew hot for me. The deck drew hot. And I really liked how the deck overall feels. There's a reason that this deck is the #1 most played deck in the format right now. And from our match, we could obviously see that regardless of how many calculations you can do or how many misplays, sometimes the deck just delivers, regardless of how you're playing or how you're not. And the way that the cards fell in our two matchups here were really at an advantage for me, I feel. And seeing all these cards just fly through, the turn one squawk both games was really nice, not prizing that. So all of it felt really good. I was really happy with how the deck played out, for sure.
I mean, yeah, it was really tough to go against, and I mean that Koraidon, even though it came out towards the end of the game, had you got it out a little bit earlier, maybe I took the first attack, you responded back. Like, there's a lot of cool ways that I could see it working. So definitely a card to consider. Probably one of the pickups you want to pick up from Surging Sparks. If you need any of the cards, check out Kayfabe Cards, our sponsors. All of our things, including the list, are available in the description. We'll have more tabletop content coming out soon, so stay tuned for more content from us. Until then, have yourself a great one and catch up with you soon. Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.